Good morning, everyone. As we begin today's ceremony, please join us in honoring our nation with the playing of the national anthem.
Good morning, graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends. I'm Tracy Lee, president of Sonoran Desert Institute. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2025 graduation ceremony, honoring our graduates who completed programs between January and June of 2025. Today, we celebrate not only your academic accomplishments, but also your future as innovators in uncrewed technology and firearms technology. Each of you is equipped to shape the future of these industries. As you transition from students to professionals, the skills and knowledge you have gained at SDI empower you to introduce and influence change. We have a great program ahead, including insights from a distinguished speaker. Following that, we'll recognize your academic achievements. Now, I'll turn things over to Jared McNeely, our Chief Academic Officer, to continue with our ceremony.
Hello, SDI graduates. Congratulations on reaching this significant milestone. Your journey to this day has been defined by more than coursework. It has been a story of remarkable resilience and unwavering commitment. As adult learners, many of you balanced your education with full-time jobs, military service, family responsibilities, and the myriad demands of daily life. Whether it was studying late at night after your children were asleep, reviewing lessons during breaks at work, or managing assignments between military duties, your dedication stands as a testament to your strength and perseverance. Adult education is not simply about earning a certificate or a degree. It's about courageously choosing to invest in your future, often against the odds. You've shown that true achievement is not measured by convenience, but by commitment, and not defined by circumstance, but by grit. To our firearms technology graduates, welcome to an incredible and storied industry, one where craftsmanship and innovation go hand in hand. Reflecting on my own start in this field, I'm truly excited for the paths ahead of you. You're entering a space rich with tradition, yet alive with modern development and opportunity. There is no better time to be a part of it. To our uncrewed technology graduates, you're joining a field that is rapidly shaping the future, from infrastructure to defense to environmental science. Uncrewed systems are transforming the way we live and work. You are stepping into a moment where your education positions you to lead, innovate, and quite literally soar. The skills you've acquired at SDI are not the end, they are the beginning. They form the foundation for lifelong growth and contribution. Keep refining your craft, keep learning. The industries you are now a part of have weathered challenges, adapted to change, and emerged stronger, and so have you. In a time of societal shifts, changing regulations, and heightened scrutiny, your knowledge and professionalism will help shape the future. Your resilience and education are tools not only to succeed, but to uplift and advance the fields we care so deeply about. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we can't wait to see what you'll accomplish next. Congratulations once again, SDI graduates. At SDI, we're focused on giving students the tools to turn passion into purpose, whether that means launching a business, joining the industry, or helping others do the same. Talon Jane took that mission to heart. A 20-year U.S. Army veteran and graduate of SDI, Talon began sharing his journey while still a student. He built a gunsmithing business in Montana and launched Tradesman Firearms, a YouTube channel aimed at helping others break into the firearms world. From FFL insights to shop tips, Talon is proof that learning doesn't stop at graduation and that giving back can start at any point in the journey. Please welcome our keynote speaker, Talon Jane.
Good afternoon, graduates, and thank you, SDI, for the honor of serving as this year's graduation ceremony keynote speaker. It's surreal to be standing here. Not long ago, I was where you are now, freshly graduated and wondering what comes next. When I enrolled at SDI, I was recently retired from the United States Army. I was working in the energy industry, and although that career was financially rewarding, inwardly, I was just going through the motions. I didn't have a passion for it. And while trying to help a fellow soldier who was reaching the end of their service try to find the next step in their career, I stumbled across SDI. Although I'd always enjoyed firearms, I didn't know how to turn that hands-on experience into a viable career. You have now been given the same tools and structure to take your passion in uncrewed aerial technology or firearms and turn it into a real business. SDI didn't just teach me the skills, they gave me the confidence to build something with those skills. Every course, every project, every late night assignment, it all mattered. During my time at SDI, I launched Tradesman Firearms. It's a home-based FFL focused on gunsmithing. Later, I kind of geared it more towards content creation. I didn't start with a ton of money or followers. What I did have was drive. The foundation from SDI, the support of my fellow students, and the willingness to begin. And when I started sharing what I was doing online and helping others, learn the ropes, it opened up a whole new path for me. Today, I get to help future FFLs review tools, software, and I've even had the chance to partner with companies I once only dreamed of working with. But here's the truth. Starting a business isn't easy. It won't be handed to you. You're going to have to put in the legwork. You're going to have to continue to strive for more. You'll run into customer headaches, equipment failure, people who don't believe in what you're building. But that's when you have to fall back on two things: your skills and your community. Although if you're sitting here in this room right now, graduating, you've already got both. The rest is just persistence. First, let's talk about the skills you've gained. And I'm not talking about your ability to checker a wood stock or take a 4K video from 200 feet above the Earth's surface. Okay, I'm talking about your ability to research and find the right path towards a fix. Your ability to learn and realize what you don't know. Please, if nothing else, remember a degree is a launch pad, not a finish line. Start planning the next step in your education. Maybe it's another program at SDI, maybe it's somewhere else, but you're not finished. Let's talk about the community. SDI has built something special, a network of thousands of like-minded individuals, from the staff to the students. They're all connected through this institution. Whether you're a member of the Facebook pages or the Discords or the Instagram or the YouTube channels, you can reach out and find a level of support you won't find anywhere else. Not just from the staff, but the other SDI students, your classmates. Some of you will build businesses, or you'll go find work in larger corporations within the industry. All of that is possible, but only if you start. The world doesn't owe you success just because you finished here at SDI. But you've been given something powerful. You've earned it, the tools, the knowledge to forge your own path. So I'll leave you with this. Don't wait until you're ready. I wasn't. Most people doing big things aren't. The only difference is that they started. So today, walk out of here proud. But tomorrow, get to work. Thanks a lot for having me, and congratulations.
Faculty, family, friends, and fellow SDI graduates, my name is Aaron Matan. It's an honor to be here today and reflect on this incredible milestone with you all. As I look back on this journey, I am reminded that success is rarely a solo achievement. It's built on the support of mentors, the encouragement of loved ones, and the lessons we learn along the way. For me, success has never been about reaching a destination. It's about the growth we experience through challenges and the impact we have on others. My journey has been guided by two defining passions: purpose and leadership. As a proud member of the armed forces, my military career has taught me the importance of readiness, responsibility, and the value of being prepared for any challenge. My time in Afghanistan reinforced a belief that I carry to this very day. Awareness and accountability are the foundations of meaningful action. When I returned home, I had the privilege of continuing my training through the Army's leadership program. There I was honored as a distinguished graduate of the Commandant's List. This experience reaffirmed my belief in the power of devotion to a community and strengthened my desire to offer my perspectives to the civilian sector. That same inspiration brought me to the Sonoran Desert Institute. There I was able to combine my technical skills and combat experience with a deeper understanding of firearms technology and safety education. SDI became more than just a school. It was a catalyst for the next chapter of my life as an entrepreneur. I identified a gap in the firearms industry: accessible and personalized training for new firearm owners. That realization motivated me to found Force Multiplier Solutions LLC, a company dedicated to bridging that very gap. At FMS, my mission is to provide education and training that empowers people no matter their background or skill level. Starting a business has been one of the most challenging and rewarding experiences of my life, and it has redefined my understanding of success. Success is not just about personal achievement. It's about creating opportunities for others and making a lasting impact in your community. To SDI's newest graduating class, each of us has a unique story that brought us here. Some of us were looking for a fresh start, others to deepen a passion or refine a craft. But all of us leave with something powerful: an education that equips us to shape the future in our own way. As you move forward, I challenge you to embrace your entrepreneurial spirit, whatever form it takes. Use the skills and knowledge you've gained not just to build a career, but to serve and uplift those around you. To the faculty, mentors, and supporters who believed in us, thank you for guiding us, challenging us, and preparing us for what lies ahead. I am especially grateful to all who nominated me for the Outstanding Graduate Award. It is humbling to know that my journey has resonated with others. To my family and friends, your unwavering support has been my foundation. Without you, none of this would have been possible, and I am deeply grateful for your encouragement and love. Finally, to my fellow SDI alumni, we have faced obstacles, grown through challenges, and achieved something truly meaningful. Let today be a celebration of what we've accomplished, but also a call to action for what comes next. The knowledge and skills we've gained are more than just tools. They are responsibilities. We have the power to lead, innovate, and create positive change in our industries and communities. Let's move forward boldly, driven by purpose and guided by the way you define success. Congratulations and Godspeed.
We now arrive at the much anticipated moment, the presentation of our January through June 2025 graduates. Let's begin with the graduates of our Certificate in Unmanned Technology, Aerial Systems, and our revised Certificate in Uncrewed Technology, Aerial Systems. These graduates have developed proficiency in drone operation and management, equipping them for valuable roles in industries that utilize this dynamic technology. Their skills in aerial systems are crucial for advancing innovation and improving operational efficiencies. We are proud to present the following graduates.
Kevin Acevedo Adorno, Savion Adams Tillman, John Alger, Jennifer Alera, Quincy Amavisca, Travis Anderson, Leo Andrade, Leroy Barnhill, Fred Baxter, Wesley Benson, Devin Berry, Kedrick Bohannon, Elias Brambley, Eric Broom, Michael Buer, Thomas Caldwell, Constantino Castro, Jordan Chatham, Justin Cole, Alexander Collins, Eric Darasauk, Danny Davila, Aaron Davis, Adayemi Dean, Joshua Dean, D'Artagnan Deeds, Hakeem English, Brendan Evans, Patrick Fannin, Gregory Finlayson, Sean Flynn, Ashton Freeman, Julius French, Isaac Gallant, Dylan Gibson, Stacy Gillespie, James Gilliam, Richard Gorner, Armando Gomez, Sean Gray, Terrell Green, Nicholas Greist, Stephen Hagenberg, Jeffrey Hahn, John Haskins, Joshua Hatley, Matthew Henderson, Andrew Herbert, James Herr, Charles Herring, Jedediah Herring, Jeremy Hess, Michael Hess, Eric Hetrick, Carson Hitchens, Brian Hubler, Byron Hutchins, Michael Hudson, Jaime Iniguez, Dustin Jackson, Sammy Jasser, James Jinks, Demetrius Johnson, Charles Kelly, William Keltner, Michael Key, Jeffrey Lashley, Edward Lee, Robert Lewis, Noah Longo, Travis Lunsford, Gregory Michalik, Brian Macias, Nicholas Magana, Edgar Mariscal Silvas, Frank Martin, Richard Martin, Robert Massey, Anthony Mathis, Christian McCoy, Kaylin McCauley, Amos McGee, Sean McCaney, Gregory Midkiff, Larry Miller, Jesse Mitchell, Kevin Mobley, James Morphew, Jonathan Morris, Jamie Mosier, Ethan Neves, Christopher Newell, Matthew No, Jacinto Ovali, Andrew Parker, Logan Patton, Iceland Purdue, Lydia Pierre, Kagan Powell, Megan Ramus, Brandon Reed, James Ricard, William Ring, Gary Rogers, Bradley Rooney, Justin Ross, Harrison Rutherford, Jacob Sandmeyer, William Scavese, Mark Schindler, Ephraim Sharp, Adam Shaw, Jason Shirey, Lawanda Shirey, Nicholas Siriano, Earl Smeltzer, Eric Smith, Robert Springman, Jared Staub, Aaron Stevens, Court Stamel, David Stricker, Michael Sullivan, Zachary Taylor, Leonard Thibes, Leonard Thibes II, Kyle Thompson, Iris Tibbetts, Brian Trapp, Anthony Trevino, Miguel Trujillo, Troy Tucker, Giovanni Vasquez, Michael Venson, Cody Walton, Tyler Warner, John Waddles, Tyler Weatherly, Laura Weaver, Neil Werlinger, Chad Wilbur, Henry Williams, Robert Williams, Stephen Wilson, Ryan Wood, Scott Wood, Daniel Wright, Frederick Yoon.
Next, we are excited to present the graduates of SDI's Certificate in Firearms Technology Handgun Specialist program. This program provides specialized training in handgun maintenance, troubleshooting, and customization. Our graduates are now trained, skilled, and ready to contribute to the firearms industry with precision and knowledge in handgun technologies. We proudly present the following graduates.
Mark Abdu, Daniel Acevedo Colon, Alexander Agni, Bradley Agnew, Vicente Anea, James Anderson, Joshua Anderson, Jesse Andrews, Matt Anslem, Jose Arroyo, Douglas Babcock, Curtis Bailey, Raymond Baker, Charles Barnes, Anthony Basham, Stephen Begin, David Benavides, Adam Bennett, Montana Bennett, Michael Burnquist, Joshua Benton, David Birdsong, Jerome Blaine, Kyle Blanchard, Andrew Blotzer, Patrick Bolin, Hunter Booker, DeAndre Boyd, Brian Brink, Clarence Brown, Gaylord Brown, Scott Brown, Jesse Bryson, Dakota Burgess, Edwin Burns, Connor Codora, Jacob Cantlin, William Carter, Matthew Castro, Ja'Cory Chambers, Jason Chavez, Adam Chern, Dustin Clark, Joshua Clatterbuck, Stephen Clemens, Sean Cochran, Alan Coder, Christopher Coleman, Charles Collins, Timothy Collins, Edwin Cologne, Manuel Cologne, Kelly Colton, Timothy Connor, David Cook, Michael Cook, Carlos Cordero, Eric Cotton, Zachary Crane, Michael Cruz, Nicholas DeLeo, Bradley Davis, Ernest Davis, John DeGrassi, Quentin Dio, Kenneth Dickinson, Randall Dish, Daniel Drake, Gregory Dunning, Eugene Didasco, Bradley Edwards, Donald Elam, Huey Ellis, Jonathan Ellis, Aaron Elster, Christopher Estes, Philip Ferris, Cameron Fleetwood, Leo Fonseca, Mark Friday, Derek Garcia, David Gibson, Joshua Gigliotti, Jason Gonzalez, Shane Gordon, Roger Graham, Philip Grauer, Justin Green, Everett Griggs, Brandon Guthrie, Zachariah Hall, Jackson Hammers, Ralph Hancock, Dwight Hansen, Matthew Hansen, Michael Hansen, Scott Harkleroad, Darren Harrison, Todd Hobbenstricker, Dallas Hayes, George Hayward, Kevin Hemingway, Lucas Henry, Zachary Heritage, Ivan Hernandez, James Hernandez, Timothy Hill, Sean Hitchcock, Stephen Ho, Jerry Holland, Gary Horn, Wayne Hostrander, Christopher Husley, Christopher Isbell, Austin Jackson, Ronald James, Eric Jenkins, Tommy Johns, David Johnson, Ethan Johnson, Aaron Jones, Kevin Jones, Noel Jones, Philip Just, Joshua Case, Chad Keeler, Benjamin Kennedy, Joshua Ketchum, Tyler Kelo, Jason Koch, William Kai Kendall, Michael LaCroix, Sean Lawrence, Ryan Leary, Shane Leggett, Devin Lewis, Robert Lewis, Tanner Lewis, John Luffome, Corey Lynch, Michael Lyon, Fernando Macias, Ethan Macy, Andrew Mangus, Jonathan Martin, Jesse Marino, William Marston, Cesar Martinez, Matthew Martinez, Jeffrey Mason, Brent Matisse, Tristan Maxim, Christian McCoy, Timothy McCoy, Jonathan McCrae, DeQuante McDowell, Kenneth Millam, Christopher Miller, Josh Milwee, Joseph Montour, Nicholas Moore, Richard Moore, Michael Morgan, Jonathan Murillo, Deacon Morris, Austin Mountjoy, Robert Murdoch, Sean Murphy, Colton Nail, Jason Nall, Thomas Nelson, Brandon Nickel, James Nielsen, Benjamin Nordstrom, Donald Oakes, Brian O'Donnell, Joe O'Hara, Joseph Olive, Benjamin Orr, Kenneth Osborne, Stephen Osborne, Jonathan Pappenmeyer, Joseph Patchen, Billy Payne, Timothy Peevely, Matthew Pennington, Ruben Perez, Edward Perrone, Alan Perry, James Perry, Adrian Petty, Aaron Piazza, Jeffrey Pickard, Tyler Plaisance, Sabria Price, Tyler Proper, Thomas Quinn, Dustin Radsick, Addie Ragland, Eston Ramirez, Tyler Ramirez, Scott Ray, Craig Richard, Dwayne Richards, Taylor Riggs, Joshua Robbins, Eric Robinson, Angel Rodriguez, Bradley Rooney, William Rutch, Zachary Rush, Michael Ryan, Angel Sanchez, Nicholas Schumann, Joseph Scruggs, Cody Seaman, Christopher Shelby, Nicholas Schumann, Juan Sierra Lopez, Jesse Silva, Nathan Sisko, Elijah Sisney, Aaron Skinner, Mark Sliffer, Daryl Smith, Joshua Smith, Matthew Solis, Al Spivey, Earl Sprout, Cole Sperlin, Foy St. John, Robert Stanley, Joseph Starkey, Patrick Starr, Randall Stebbins, John Steiner, Malik Stout, Terrence Stout, Martin Struzik, Charles Sturgill, Blake Swan, Richard Swanson, John Sword, James Sykes, Tristan Tabayoyan, Joshua Taylor, Anthony Tester, Colby Thomason, Coleman Thompson, Aaron Tomala, John Tran, Jacob Tyrell, Adam Vacone, Christian Vance, Kenneth Varner, Hector Velasquez, Brandon Walker, Tommy Walker, Michael Ward, Kylie Warren, Nathaniel Warren, Al Kareem Washington, Walter Whitaker, Christopher Wiggins, Jacob Wiley, Matthew Williams, Jacob Wilton, Christopher Winchester, Jeffrey Worth, Joe Woodruff, Joseph Young, Brian Zamora Sornoza, Brett Zawatsky.
We celebrate the graduates of our Certificate of Firearms Technology Gunsmithing. This program has equipped these individuals with foundational skills in firearms maintenance, safety, and customization. Our graduates are prepared for various roles in the industry, whether advancing their careers or enhancing personal hobbies. We are proud to present the following graduates.
Jacob Abate, Kenneth Adams, Stephen Adams, Thomas Aldridge, Brandon Alameni, Randy Alexander, Clemens Alfonso, Joshua Allen, Elliot Anderson, Justin Artery, Kevin Atherton, Sean Adkins, Kyler Atkinson, Jordan Austin, Kyle Austin, Jose Ayala, Kevin Bash, Jeffrey Baker, Jeremy Baker, Andrew Baptist, Andrew Barksdale, Anthony Barnett, Tyler Barrett, Stanley Barraga, Colton Barron, Jacob Bates, Michael Bazanaw, Mason Beard, William Bem, Christopher Beining, Robert Belisle, Kevin Bell, Michael Bell, Casey Bennett, Joshua Bennett, Preston Benoit, David Bent, Nicholas Bentley, Nathaniel Bayers, Jacob Binniger, Ray Black, Patrick Blackwell, Kevin Boatwright, Sebastian Booker, Floyd Borden, Samuel Boston, Hewell Bowen, Rio Bowen, David Bowman, McCaden Brackenrich, Jared Bradfield, Louis Brandwine, Clinton Brawley, Jason Briffa, Anthony Bringle, Jacob Britton, Nicholas Brock, Nicholas Brockett, Leslie Broich, Brian Brown, Dustin Lee Broyard, Dean Bruce, Ricardo Bryant, Andrew Bullock, Daniel Bergdorf, Nicholas Butler, Wyatt Buttle, Peyton Byers, John Byram, Joshua Caldwell, Brett Cameron, Robert Camareno, Angelito Campbell, Kim Campbell, Christopher Canales, Trevor Carlson, Tyler Carpenter, Braden Carr, Matthew Carrasquillo, Mark Carroll, Martin Carroll, Stephen Carroll, William Carroll, Brian Carter, Richard Carter, Adam Casagrande, Michael Castillo, Christopher Cates, James Cazares, Patrick Cecil, John Chagola, Ja'Cory Chambers, Jeffrey Chappelle, Sloan Charbonneau, John Chatton, Edward Chavez, Jonathan Chavez, Cordell Chisholm, Brett Christian, James Christian, Carl Christian, Tyler Schutz, LaRaven Clark, Jackson Clement, Jordan Clemens, Stephen Cochran, Bruce Coleman, Charles Collins, Devontae Coltrane, Dale Cook, Donald Cooner, Austin Copeland, Scott Cornstubble, Kiani Correa, Anthony Cripps, Jesus Cristerna, John Cubbage, William Curran, Lonnie Dahl, Christian Davis, Dominic Davis, Brent Dawson, Josu D'aquino, Brock Dedell, Julio Del Moro, Alec Dennis, Robert Derone, Corey Derricott, Johan Dukunsak, Juan Diaz Barrera, Waylon Dykes, Andrew Diffin, Amanda Diller, Eddie Doe, David Doyle, Walter Drew, David Duckett, Tessa Dunlop, Zachary Dury, David Dutson, Roger Dye, Jason Eagle, Daryl Eba, Daniel Eblin, Michael Edmonds, Damian Ellis, Ryan Ellis, Tyler Elson, Brian Elwood, Arizona Evans, Donald Evans, John Evans, Joshua Farrison, Matthew February, David Fletcher, Jesse Floberg, Kenneth Fowler, Jared Fretchett, Andy Gabaldon, Robert Galbraith, Jordan Gallegos, Donald Gambrell, Jose Garcia, Hunter Garrett, Andre Genova, Brandon Gomes, Daniel Gomez, Mark Gonzalez, James Gonzalez, Billy Goodson, Dustin Graham, Roger Graham, Joshua Granados, Jake Gray, Joseph Gray, Jeremiah Gross, Justin Guthrie, Jeremy Guyton, Carlos Guzman, Thomas Haber, Timothy Haley, Ian Holloway, Sarah Hamilton, Braden Hammonds, Dwight Hansen, Paul Hardy, Jake Harper, Chase Harris, Philip Harris, James Harrison, David Harrison Self, Donovan Harry, Samuel Hawley, Mason Hensley, Tate Hermanson, Joshua Hernandez, Brian Hess, Leonard Hester, Cameron Hicks, Brandon Highfill, Ryan Hightower, Christian Hill, Raymond Inahosa, Quentin Hirschfeld, Michael Hurt, Hinton Hobza, Eric Hoffheim, Mark Hoffman, Tony Holder, Daniel Holzum, Daniel Holsworth, Tyler Huffman, Zachary Huggins, Troy Hugie, Boston Hall, Logan Hunt, Brian Hunter, Dominic Hutchins, Shane Hutchinson, Wendell Hutchison, Edsel Wynn, Russell Inzer, Christopher Isbell, Joseph James Jr., Ethan Jankowek, Christopher Jarko, Kevin Jeffries, Herschel Jett, Cody Johnson, Derek Johnson, Gregory Johnson, Kyler Johnson, Robert Johnson, Curtis Jones, Andrew Kantorski, Damon Karen, Kimberly Keckut, Tyler Kelly, William Kelly, Tyler Kenway, Michael Kearns, Kyung Kyum, Lei King, Nathan King, Jared Kitchen, David Kitts, Anthony Kleincole, Samuel Koberlein, Anthony Koch, Michael Kerner, Brady Kopiski, Jenna Kopp, Joseph Kravenko, Matthew Coons, Carl Kunkel, Joseph Lacaze, Daniel Landry, Logan Landwer, Jose Lara Gomez, Brandon Lay, Benjamin Leach, Clinton Lee, Michael Lee, William Leadham, Matthew Leiby, Joseph Lala, Daniel Leonesio, Christopher Lewis, John Liendo, Timothy Lipsy, Fengzhu Liu, Daniel Lofelman, Christopher Long, Enrique Lopez, Emily Lorenz, Dakota Luther, Jeremy Lycan, Jan Lyell, Brett Lynch, Tony Madison, Tyler Maggs, Matthew Malloy, Brandon Manceau, Rafael Marquez, Shauna Marston, Alex Martin, Dyken Martin, Robert Martin, Roy Moss, Timothy McCluskey, Donald McDonald, Ryan McGonigal, Joshua McGow, Connor McGuffin, Paul McIntyre Nobles, Matthew McKemmy, Cincer Madero, Sherwin Meeker, Taylor Meeker, Trace Mefford, Blake Malum, Michael Mena, Arturo Mercado, Stephen Merlin, Joshua Michelson, Grady Miles, Cody Miller, David Miller, Dominic Miller Farrington, Ray Morellis, Adrian Mitchell, Robert Moffat, David Moisa, Anthony Montana, David Montgomery, Joseph Montour, Andrew Moore, Leon Moreno, Nicholas Morgan, Jonathan Murillo, Daniel Morley, Austin Morris, Gerald Murray, Nathan Nail, Jason Knoll, Brad Neal, Colby Neely, Paul Navarez, Michael Nichols, James Nielsen, Randy Nussbaum, Christopher O'Brien, Nicholas Oliver, Daniel Ortiz, Jonathan Osborne, Marcus Otten, Justin Overstreet, Daniel Palo, Andy Palomares, Dalton Parfait, Austin Parker, Richard Parker, Surendra Patel, Dallas Patterson, Tiffany Paul, Eric Paxton, Jason Pellizzari, Ryan Pennington, Zachary Pence, Francisco Perez, Miguel Perez, Jimmy Perry, Christopher Peters, Kyle Peterson, Hugh Pham, Jose Pinillo, Dalton Piper, Samuel P. Trutt, Daryl Plant, Nicholas Porter, Christopher Post, Dane Powell, Matthew Presson, Daniel Prosperi, Toby Pruitt, Jeffrey Shigata, Anthony Pugnali, Corey Perzinski, Benjamin Putnam, Julian Quintero, Wyatt Racine, Dylan Rainey, Donald Raver, Jules Rayner, Jordan Reason, Cody Reed, Bridget Revels Jacobs, Mitchell Ruiz, Randy Reyes, Cody Richards, Aiden Richmond, Danilo Rincon, James Ritz, Edgar Rivas Rodriguez, Corey Rodriguez, Adrian Rodriguez, Alexander Rogers, Stephen Rollins, Troy Romero, Travis Rubel, Levi Rushing, Anthony Russell, Jacob Ryburn, Richard Sabo, Carl Sainz, Jose Salinas, Megan Salisbury, Nathaniel Salvin, Micah Sapwell, John Savala, Jonathan Savelli, Philip Saxon, Eric Scandrell, Matthew Schilling, Robert Schmidt, Derek Schmidt, Casey Schultz, Samuel Schultz, Adam Scott, Silas Scott, Timothy Sewell, Justin Shaw, Jacob Sheffield, Joshua Shepard, Cody Shepard, Jeremy Sheridan, Myron Shockley, Peter Sikierski, Evan Sierra, Nathan Silva, Isaiah Smith, Jacoby Smith, Jonathan Smith, Silas Smith, Taveron Smith, Jonathan Snowden, Nicholas Sosa, Jesse Speck, Tanner Speck, Sabrina Spires, Matthew Stanley, Matthew Stevens, Raymond Stevens, Terry Sterner, Kyle Stewart, Zachary Stein, Anthony Stofferin, Tanner Strickland, Nathan Strittmatter, Jesse Strong, John Stubbs, Michael Sturgeon, Richard Sutton, Noah Swan, Joshua Schwartzbaugh, George Tash, Cody Taylor, Jeremy Taylor, Justin Taylor, Christopher Terrazzano, Stephen Terry, Jude Toomer, Connor Thomas, Neil Thompson, Joshua Thurn, Stephen Tilley, Brandon Tinsley, Charles Tinsman, Michael Torregrossa, Frank Torres, Miguel Torres, Jacob Turner, Joseph Turner, Terry Twidwell, Joel Valencia, Stephen Vallejo, Joel Van Eck, Tyler Van Effen, Rafael Vaccarino, Joshua Vargas, Carlos Villa, William Villanella, Gareth Watchell, Donald Wade, Nicholas Walker, James Walkingstick, Scott Wallace, Austin Wamick, Kimberly Ward, Talon Waring, Caleb Waters, Sherman Weaver, Caleb Webster Alt, Sean Weiss, Ethan Weiss, Chad Wellesley, Tyler Wheeler, David White, Marcus White, Sheila White, Jonathan Whittington, Christian Wilkerson, Carl Wilkins, James Willett, Kenneth Williams, Lucas Williams, Marcus Williams, Sean Williams, Stephen Williams, Christopher Winchester, Aidan Wishart, Christopher Womack, Scott Wren, Aubrey Wright, Joshua Wright, Sean Wright, Michael Wiley, Eric Yager, Paul Young, Anthony Youngers, Sequoia Zuni,
Finally, we honor the graduates from our flagship program, the Associate of Science in Firearms Technology. This degree goes beyond basic firearm skills to include advanced coursework in woodworking, ballistics, and more, making it the highest credential in firearms programs offered by SDI. Our graduates emerge uniquely prepared for entry into the firearms industry. We proudly present the following graduates.
James Adams, Brian Ahmed, Rodolfo Alarcon Gutierrez, Zachary Allen, Andres Alvariza, Joe Alviar, Gaber Amen, Kwame Amoaku, Garrett Anderson, Matthew Anderson, Dakota Andrus, Eric Andrus, Jeffrey Anson, Daniel Anthony, Michael Aparicio, Michael Archuleta, Wayne Armstrong, Isaiah Arroyo, Nicholas Ashby, Jacob Atkinson, Joseph Ayabar, John Baker, Jonah Baker, Jesse Ball, Richard Balness, Domingo Barbosa, Justin Barkley, Brinson Barnes, Michael Barr, Travis Barrett, Andy Barrios, Connor Barton, Stephen Baskin, Ethan Basmanoff, Cameron Bates, James Batley, Jacob Beachy, Kenneth Beck, Kenneth Beer, Cody Beeson, Stephen Begin, James Bell, Jacqueline Benigni, John Benigni, Marshall Bennett, Dylan Benton, Jonathan Berry, Andrew Booch, David Birdsong, Christopher Blakely, Kyle Blanchard, Ethan Blankers, Andrew Bloom, Tyler Blumenstock, William Boatner, David Bolt, Jonathan Boone, Andrew Baraski, Colin Bergasi, John Bottoms, George Byrne, Brian Bowker, John Boykin, Alex Bradley, John Bradshaw, John Brady, Malcolm Bragg, Christopher Branscombe, Brandon Bray Saunders, Spencer Brickner, Christopher Bregman, Nathaniel Brewer, Zachary Broddock, Griffin Broom, Skylar Brown, Eric Browning, Larry Brush, Paul Bruton, Thomas Bryant, William Bryant, Jesse Bryson, Zachary Bouquet, Tyler Buckland, Timothy Berman Hall, Derek Burpee, Stephen Burris, Travis Burton, Roger Burwell, Thomas Butler, Hunter Butters, Christopher Butts, Joshua Cable, Andrew Calderon, Joseph Caldwell, Vincent Calley, Samuel Carter, Tracy Cartwright, Christopher Case, Jeremy Cassell, John Casto, Skylar Caudill, Kevin Cecil, Scott Charette, Salvatore Cicero, Jeffrey Ceruzzi, Morgan Clarity, Christopher Clark, Daniel Clark, Michael Clark, Matthew Clayton, Peyton Clubb, Andrew Cochran, Dale Corbett, Cleveland Colley, Evan Collignon, Christian Conklin Camareno, Corey Connor, Gavin Connor, Donald Conrad, Stephen Conway, Cody Conyers, George Corriere, Carlos Cordolesi, David Catone, Braden Cox, Nathan Crawford, Cody Krager, Casey Crockett, Carl Crossman, Jacob Collum, Jacob Curran, Christopher Dabbs, Terry Dahl, Jacob Dale, Scott Doherty, Colin Davis, Kyle Davis, Michael Davis, Keith Dawson, Ira Day, Radamas Diaz Griffith, David DeChiara, James Dietz, Jeremy Dolce, Joshua Donahue, Chad Donovan, Jacob Douglas III, Stephen Downs, Jacob Driffle, Logan Duffy, Matthew Dufresne, Corey Ebbett, Justin Ebedon, Arthur Eckert, Eric Eckhout, John Eichenberger, Parker Elkins, Adam Ellis, Dexter Ellison, Ashley Elmore, Brandon Enner, Jacob Enos, Ryder Enright, Dakota Epley, Michael Erickson, Caden Estep, Roger Fairbanks, Brendan Faison, Avery Foray, Garrett Fenner, Grayson Ferguson, Daniel Figueroa, Aiden Finley, Andrew Finneran, Nicholas Finstedt, Cody Fisher, Matthew Fisher, Travis Fitzgerald, Justin Fleming, Jeremy Flores Pedraza, Jordan Flynn, Zoran Fortier, Adrian Foster, Austin Fontaine, Michael Fowler, Justin Frederick, Joshua Frey, Daniel Furlong, Cody Gaines, Tristan Gallego, Jason Gallo, Tyler Galloway, Christopher Ganley, Saul Garza, Caleb Gaskins, Cody Gatlin, Brian Geist, Thomas Garrity, Daniel Gerhardt, Jerry Gilbert, Robert Gilbert, Patrick Gilvery, Adam Gerard, Samuel Given, Ian Godfrey, Justin Goringer, James Goins, Jacob Goldberry, Daniel Goodrich, Nicholas Gordon, Justin Gore, David Graham, Robert Grant, Timothy Grantham, Glenn Grower Cassidy, Josias Green, Thomas Griffin, Todd Gross, Nicholas Grossi, Sully Groves, Andrew Greskowek, Victor Wajardo, Ignacio Guerra, Alexander Guerrero, Spencer Gunn, Richard Guzman, Brian Hadfield, William Hammer, James Hampton, Robert Hancock, Danny Ray Harbin, Michael Hargrave, Travis Harker, Justin Harper, Jason Harrell, Deonta Harrington, Albert Harris, Christopher Harris, Courtney Harris, John Harris III, O'Shea Harris, Tracy Harris, Robert Harrison, David Haskins, Sean Hoff, Devin Hawley, Camden Hay, Zachariah Haynes, Christopher Haney, Derek Healy, Timothy Heffron, Cody Helmuth, Blake Henderson, Jesse Hendricks, Kyle Henry, Darren Henson, Brandon Hernandez, Pablo Hernandez, Stephen Hervey, Nathan Hill, John Hens, Wilfred Hinsey, Tyler Hobbs, Anthony Hodo, Christopher Hoffman, Daniel Hoffman, Tyler Hogendobler, Melanie Hubler, Leslie Hoover, Thomas Hopkins, Larry Hose, Gail Howard, Joshua Howe, Philip Howell, Austin Hall, Ronald Hullum, Christopher Hunsberger, Stephen Hunter, Kyle Huntley, Wesley Huntress, Jeremy Hutchings, Cordell Hutchins, Charles Hutchinson, Matthew Engels, Joy Inman, Noah Uribe Rodriguez, Jerry Jackson, Dennis Jeffcoat, Charles Jinkerson, Eric Jenkins, Corey Johnson, David Johnson, Lafayette Johnson, Wyatt Johnson, Bradley Jones, William Jordan, Adam Juneman, Drew Juntanen, Michael Kalakini, Hunter Kaminsky, Spencer Kane, Andrew Kneff, Kyle Karnitz, Cody Kaufman, Michael Kearse, Stephen Keats, Ryan Keenan, Hunter Kennedy, Jesse Ketzer, David Keys, Tyler Kilo, Michael Keene, Candy Kinney, Caleb Kirkwood, Kirk Klaus, Christopher Napton, Michael Koch, Derek Cruz, Bryce Kuhn, Seth Lale, Norman Laird, Kyle Lampkin, Catherine Lancaster, Kem Lance, Stephen Landry, Matthew Langston, Nathan Langford, Chase LaPrade, Peyton Larman, Timothy Larson, Kenneth Lashley, Sean Lawrence, Robert Laws, Kenneth Lale, Jeremy Leaders, Matthew Leadley, Ryan Leary, Mario Leduc Jr., Nathan Lehman, Nicholas Ledger, Alexander Lehman, Deshaunty Leonard, Dustin Lewis, Joey Pauline Lim, Jackson Littlejohn, Gustavo Lamas, Nicholas Longman, Jonathan Lovejoy, Jose Luciano, Mark Lund, Travis Lunsford, Jacob Luttrell, Jonathan Luttrell, Michael Lyon, Andrew McDonald, Dominic Magnotta, Donald Mannanen, Joshua Manis, Brandon Marandola, Caleb Margiotta, David Marks, Travis Marshall, Digno Martinez, Joseph Martini, Orville Martini, Arthur Matedny, Austin Mathis, Brandon Matthews, Billy May, Justin McCarthy, Adam McClure, Wyatt McCool, David McFarland, Charles McElwain, Oliver McLean, Andrew McMelly, Brennan McShane, Justin Mell, Alexis Mendoza, Jason Mess, Thomas Meyer, Jason Michael, Jonathan Michael, Xander Miles, Aaron Miller, Dale Miller, David Miller, Aaron Milliken, Jonathan Milson, Chase Morellis, Christopher Mitchke, Nicholas Money, Justin Monroe, Evan Montague, Kyle Moody, Austin Moore, David Moore, Randall Moore, Richard Moore, Ian Moravec, Francisco Moreno, Lee Mua, Jacob Moyner, Lloyd Maranaka, Michael Murdoch, Aaron Murphy, Shannon Murray, Skylar Murray, Robert Mycroft, Andrew Myers, Donald Myers, George Negron, Hunter Nelson, Orville Nelson, Terrell Newton, Zachary Nichols, Cooper Nickel, Jason Noble, James Norfleet, Tyler Norman, Andrew North Skelton, Joseph Oakley, Robert Oakes, Christopher Oliver, Calder Olson, Kenneth Austin, Cody Pacheco, Jeffrey Page, Richard Palkey, Cameron Pastor, Daniel Patterson, Daryl Payne, Parker Payne, David Payton, Armando Pedroza, Noah Peralta, William Peters, Tanner Peterson, Connor Petch, Thomas Petty, Daniel Foth, Nicholas Pfeffer, Courtney Phillips, Watson Pierre Lewis, Kent Pearson, Kenneth Pinkard, Nicholas Peaty, Joshua Poshma, Christopher Potts, Clayton Powell, Curtis Powell, Justin Pryor, Colby Proctor, Ryan Prunty, J.C. Pugh, James Quincy, Eddie Ragland, Brett Rathgeb, Scott Ray, Gregory Reddington, Kyle Reed, Angel Ravelas, Robert Reynolds, Glenn Rhodes, Sky Ricci, Nicholas Rice, Brandon Riggle, Canyon Riri, Michael Ritter, Timothy Rizza, Robert Roadcap, Colin Robertson, James Robinson, Saul Robinson, Jonathan Rowe, Jordan Romano, John Romo, Christopher Rondo, Daniel Rose, William Rosencrans, Benjamin Rosenaw, Michael Ross, David Rouse, Christopher Radowicz, Zachary Rowe, Christopher Rung, Dakota Sacco, Travis Saylor, Samuel Sajovic, Justin Salinas, Jermaine Salmon, Christopher Salmon, Mohammed Hassan Sami, Danny Sanchez, Joseph Sanchez, Michael Sanchez, Travis Sanchez, John Sanders, Jose Santiago Negron, Reed Sofka, Kevin Scanlon, Dustin Schwartz, Austin Scott, Dean Seraphin, Jesse Saylor, Logan Seymour, Ramson Shamus, Tyler Shelley, John Shelton, Thomas Shook, Jesse Short, Jeffrey Schuler, Paul Schubert, Miguel Sierra, Ernesto Silva, Evan Simmons, David Sims, Charles Sion, Nathan Sisk, James Scarbeck, Glenn Slayton, Scott Smart, Anthony Smith, Brandon Smith, David M. Smith, David S. Smith, Donovan Smith, Jesse Smith, Robert Smith, William Smith, Jovan Smith Scott, Caleb Snyder, Christopher Solis, Kyle Solis, Christopher Sorensen, David Soto, Justin Souter, Alexander Spalding, Al Spivey, Corbin Spurlock, Christopher Stanley, Nathan Staudinger, Jory Stauffer, Dalton Steele, Kevin Stefanovsky, Marty Stevens, Bradley Stevenson, James Stiegelmeyer, Tristan Stockwell, Sethan Stotts, Ty Stucks, Paul Suggs, William Summers, Garrett Sund, Isaac Sylvester, Christian Tan, Anthony Tanner, Milton Tapper, Adam Tarrant, Jacob Tester, Nicholas Texiera, Christopher Thomas, Tyler Thompson, Richard Tomlin, Julian Torres, Sean Townsend, Michael Trevino, Jason Trinidad, Devin Tumbleson, Robert Turner, Matthew Uneman, Manuel Valdez, Jonathan Valdivia, Preston Valhove, Frank Valley Jr., Nicholas Vancura, Daniel Vasquez, Brendan Vaughn, Joseph Votter, Thomas Vennett, Ryder Verdon, Alex Veronic, David Vyers, Fernando Villafana Aguirre, Timothy Voges, Jordan Weiss, David Wagner, Peyton Waldo, Ryan Waldron, Adam Wallace, Doyle Wallace, Brian Waltz, Joshua Wangerin, Michael Ward, Nathaniel Ward, Kelson Warford, Christopher Warren, Jimmy Warren, Kelly Waters, Jeremy Watkins, Robert Werwine, Mitchell Wide, Michael Wells, Bradley Wentz, Stephen Wetzel, James White, Nathan Wilbanks, Michael Wilkinson, Kaylin Williams, Fox Williams, Kevin Williams, Christopher Willie, Bennett Wilson, Giselle Wiz, Christopher Wolf, Trey Woodruff, Victoria Wolford, Montana Woolman, Garrett Wright, Nicholas Wright, Zachary Wright, Jesse York, David Young, Devin Youngs, Skylar Zecca, Christopher Zelenak, Michael Zaloof, Our Money Zimmerman, Christopher Zokel.
Before we close, we acknowledge the honorary credentials that the Sonoran Desert Institute confers posthumously. Although no new honorary credentials have been recognized recently, it is with deep respect and gratitude that we remember those whom we have honored in the past. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor their contributions and legacy. Congratulations, graduates. It is both an honor and a privilege to officially confer upon each of you your respective credentials, complete with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities they entail. On behalf of SDI's Career Services Department, I want to remind you of the ongoing support available to you as SDI alumni. Whether you are launching your own business, seeking employment within your industry, or contemplating your next steps, we also want to hear about your successes. Do not hesitate to reach out to our Career Services Department. We are immensely proud of what you have accomplished and are eager to see the contributions you will make to your fields. We also encourage you to stay connected with us. Join the SDI alumni group on LinkedIn, where job opportunities are frequently posted. Remember, our support continues even after graduation, so please feel free to call or email us for assistance at any time.
As we close today's ceremony, I'm immensely proud of each of you, our graduates. You've demonstrated exceptional dedication and resilience on your journey to this milestone. And thank you to everyone who has supported our students, faculty, staff, and especially family and friends. Your support has been crucial to their success. Remember, your journey with SDI continues as alumni. I encourage you to stay connected, share your progress, and keep growing within our community. Go forth with confidence. Use your skills to make meaningful contributions to your fields and communities. We look forward to celebrating all that you accomplish in the future. Congratulations once again on this remarkable achievement.